Hey, welcome back. It's Ryan John-Baptiste, and today I'm going to explain how I got shredded in 12 days. Stay there. Okay, if you're new to this channel and you've never been here before, hit that subscribe button right now. Right now. Anyway, we're going to be talking about how I got shredded in 12 days. Don't get the wrong side of this, right? I don't ever advise to do things like this, but I had a reason behind it. I had to get ready for a photo shoot. I only had 12 days to do it, and this was my starting look. Right there, you can see it, all right? Okay, I had a bit of shape, but I wasn't as lean as I wanted to be. And me right now, I'm still lean, but this is like 3 days off of eating a load of stuff after the shoot. I was a little bit leaner than I am right now. So I had this photo shoot and I thought, right, I've got 12 days to get ready. What can I do? So I was looking through all my plans of all my other preps, and obviously nothing was 12 days long. So I had to make it a little bit extreme. So if you're in decent condition, but want to drop a little body fat and only have like 2 weeks to get ready, then you can follow something similar to this. Obviously your food will slightly change depending on your weight, but I'm going to explain all that in a minute. So let's talk about my macros first, all right? So I thought to myself, right, I need to keep as much muscle as possible within these 12 days because I know I'm going to go extreme because I love cardio. So I kept my protein at around about 300 grams of protein. So for my weight, so I'm 215 pounds, say when I started it. And what I did, I times that by my own kind of formula, which is 1.4. So I would normally do 1.5, but I thought let me just go slightly under it, just to drop a little bit more calories. So I went about 1.4, and that gives me around about 300 grams of protein. My carbs, I went pretty lower than normal. So for my weight, again, it's 215 pounds. I times that by 0.4, which will give me around about 90 grams of carbohydrates. My fat, I just went with my old kind of prep, my own diet that I've done before, and I went at a stable low rate of 40 grams of fat per day. So that gave me just under 2,000 calories of food a day, and again, that's not a lot for my body weight, for my own metabolic rate, because I know I burn calories pretty fast. So again, that was my base. I did kind of implement carb cycling, which I'll show you later on in the video. So my foods, so my proteins, I stuck with chicken breast. I had some steak. I actually still had ribeye, so that was mainly my fat content for certain days. So chicken breast, the egg whites, and what else did I have protein wise, and some whey isolate protein. Those were my 4 main protein sources that I had, and I kind of had it in like 6 to 7 meals, and I split that up throughout the day. Carbohydrates, I kept really simple over these 12 days. It was literally just oats and some white rice. That was it. Nice and simple. I mainly had my oats in the morning, and if I did have my white rice, it was either before or after my workout, or both. Most of my fat was only like naturally occurring in my meats, especially if I had ribeye. If I had ribeye, I would normally have egg whites for most of the day, or oh yeah, I forgot guys, I had some white fish as well. I did have white fish from time to time, depending if I had the steak. So I needed to keep that fat pretty low, and that 40 grams for most days. But again, I'll show you later exactly my breakdown from day to day. With my cardio, I battered cardio. I mainly implemented incline walking and some upright bike, but I mostly stuck to uphill walking, which I love. You've seen me do it in previous videos, I'm sure. And I would fluctuate from incline 10, 4.5 kilometers per hour, to incline 15, up to about 5 kilometers per hour, as I kind of got a bit desperate for 12 days, sorry, I wish I had 12 weeks, 12 days, and I kind of just literally was smashing it. I did it fasted in the morning, and at times I did it post-workout as well. Again, I kind of managed it. I did it to how I feel. If I was really tired or if I felt kind of fatigued in my legs, then I kind of just left it to post-workout. But again, I'll show you that later with my day-to-day breakdown. And of course, I did my normal weight sessions. You want to make sure you keep as much muscle as possible throughout the 12 days, because it was pretty extreme for me anyway. And if you're going to do it yourself, then you want to keep the weights. And again, you burn calories at the same time. You increase your metabolic rate. The more muscle tissue you have, the more you got left, the more you're going to burn. Okay, so I'm going to show you my little whiteboard that I kind of ignored the writing as well. I'm going to show you my little board that I wrote up. So these numbers here, obviously the days are day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and so forth. And obviously at the bottom you can say day of the shoot. All right, so what I did here, day 1, again what I said, 300 grams, 90 grams of carbs, 40 grams of fat. I did 2 hours of cardio. I did it list, so steady state. I did an hour in the morning and an hour after my weight session, and I did my weight session. All right, so that was day 1. Nice little shock to the system. Day 2, I did 300 grams again, 90 grams of carbs and 40 grams of fat, kept that the same. Did also 2 hours and 1 weight session. So these first 2 days were the same. That was a big shock to the system because I did 4 hours in 2 days. That was hard. Day 3, 300 grams of protein. I stepped up my, I dropped my carbs to 50. And I did 40 grams, so now my calorie input is lower. I only did an hour though cardio with 1 weight session. So now what I'm trying to do is trying to deplete the glycogen stores. So I now then dropped it. Day 4, I had literally 0 carbs, no carbs, 300 grams. I made up a little bit with fats because the muscle needs obviously protein and it needs fats to help with repair. Did 1 hour cardio. This was fasted as well. So was the day before, and I kept my weight, 1 weight session again. Day 5, I did 300 grams of protein again, 0 carbs, 60, and this was a rest day though. So I didn't do any cardio, I didn't do any weights, and again my body was kind of feeling it after all those cardios I'd done already. But keeping in mind now, that's my 2nd day low, 3rd day low carb, if you want to count that as low, which it is. So now I'm pretty getting tired, but I didn't train that day. Day 6, now halfway. Again, my protein stays the same, 0 carbs, 60 grams fat. Did 1 hour cardio and my weight session. So now that's a total of nearly 4 days cardio. Pretty spent now. My carbohydrates, my glycogen stores in the muscles are pretty low. I'm now eating into body fat now, right? Because where your first energy source is glycogen, when that's kind of depleted, it will now start to tap away at body fat. So that's the state I'm in now. But you have to be careful, guys, because sometimes you can have a shutdown and sometimes you need to refeed the body. And that's what I did for day 7. I had 250 grams of protein, 300 grams. That's a big, so I loaded up on oats and white rice for that day. And then and I split that throughout all of my 5 to 6 meals. And then I had 40 grams of fat. I did 1.5 hours, 90 minutes of cardio and 1 weight session. So really, like, just in case the body felt, okay, you're starving me now throughout those 4 days, let's hold on to what we've got. We don't want that. So what I did is I increased it to trick the body to say, oh, no, hold up, I'm giving you food. So I gave it food, so it kept the furnace burning, right? Kept it burning. But okay, cool, Ryan's not starving me, that's fine, we can still use. And I was actually leaner the following day. So on day 8, I was 300 grams protein again. I dropped it again, straight to 0. No cardio on day 8, but I did a weight session. That was normally, if I don't do cardio and I do weights, it's normally a leg session, and it was. Day 9 now, we're getting closer now, guys. So this was actually my last day of cardio. I had 0 carbs, same 300 grams and 40 grams of fat. 2 hours of cardio, so again fasted and post cardio, 1 hour and 1 hour. I did my weight session as well. That was my last cardio session because that's only like 2 days before the actual I'll say 3 days before my actual shoot. So I thought anything I do after that, it's not going to really count. So I'll just control it through food, and which I did. Day 10, now 300 grams, 0 carbs still. So I still want to kind of reap the rewards from my previous cardio. I increased my fats a little to 60 again. Had 1 weight session, and then I went. Obviously that was day 10, low carb, and I thought, right, I was pretty depleted here, guys. I was pretty like getting leaner and leaner. Okay, so I was pretty lean by now, and now day 11, guys, 250 grams of protein, 250 grams of carbs, so not as high as 300, and then 6 grams of fat. I did no cardio, but I did 1 weight session. The reason why I didn't do as high as 300 is that I wasn't as lean as normal as I would for a competition, so I didn't want to overdo it and look too soft. So I did that just to get some kind of carbohydrates in the muscles and to kind of make myself look a little bit fuller, so I get a good pump. And then it was day of the shoot. All I did for the 2 meals of chicken and rice, I didn't want to have any bloat. I didn't kind of weigh it, I just kind of know, and I just stuck. But yeah, that's what I did, guys. I thought, you know, I've got 12 days, I need to go extreme. I included the cardio, I dropped my normal caloric input, and that was the way I did it. So my weight was just over 90, it was about 98.5 kg I started with, and I got myself into the 97s. I mean, that's not a lot, it's not a big drop, but where I wasn't that fat in the first place, it's hard to drop so much weight, and I wanted to keep as much muscle as possible. So my aim was just to hit body fat, and which I did, as you can see. I'm not gonna lie, this was quite exhausting. This would be what I would do my last 4 weeks of, say, a competition prep, but I already would have had like 8 to 10 weeks prior to that to build myself into it. Whereas I didn't have this, I was actually still in my off season, and I decided, well, it arose on me last minute, and I thought, all right, okay, cool, let's do it, let's do the shoots for Muscle and Fitness. And it's one of those shoots that may go down in history. I might have like something to show for it. Showed my kids, my grandkids, that yes, I was here and I did this, look at me. So yeah, let's see if hard work pays off. So like I said, if you've got a short period of time that you need to get lean, then follow something similar to this. So make sure your grams of protein is pretty high, so around about 1.4 to 1.5 per pound of your body weight. Carbohydrates keep relatively low, and keep your fats at a decent level, like 0.2, 0.3 per pound of your own body weight. Again, this is not something that you do for a long period of time. It's only a short term where you want to burn that body fat, get shredded, get lean, get mean, you know what I mean. If you're a little bit stuck for yourself, I actually do online coaching. You may know this, you may not. I'm a transformation coach. I'm actually put a link to my website below in the description. So click on that if you want to find out a little bit more of what I offer, how much it is, and all the rest of it. Go click that now. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, give me that thumbs up. Yeah, I liked it, I got something from it. Joking. Don't forget to subscribe to this video and my channel, because I'm going to be smashing out videos weekly right now. I'm on a roll, so I'm looking at doing about 2 or 3 videos a week. But anyway, subscribe. See you soon. Until the next time, it's going to be a big one. The next one's going to be a good one. See you soon.